Greetings, all. It's Dr. Bankhead here at the Struggle in Thinking Out Loud. And this is part 4 of Take Back Your Power. Excuse me. You might find yourself in the same position that I found myself in. Oh, honey, I was struggling. Yep, I was struggling because I was not operating from my place of power. I had lost myself. I had been lost for a very long time. When I sat in self reflection and thought about who I was and what my purpose was, what my desires were, I recognized that I wasn't. I wasn't. I wasn't who I was originally. When I was a young child, I was very happy. I was happy all the time, and I liked to make people happy. Whenever visitors came to our house, I would take them a book to read. I liked books. I liked reading. I started reading when I was 4, and I really enjoyed books. Books were my escape from my reality. I was an only child. I had no playmates, so I got to fantasize by going into exciting stories, books I enjoyed, traveling to different lands and different places. I have very big feet. Right now, they're a size 12, triple E. And I couldn't understand why my feet were big. It was difficult to find fashionable shoes. And as a young girl, that just was difficult to deal with. When I asked my mother why I had big feet, she said perhaps one day I was going to be a missionary and I was going to travel the world spreading good news. Well, maybe that's what I am doing today. Anyway, as I was saying, I had lost my original blueprint, so I prayed and I asked the divine consciousness, source, all that is, God, whatever you wish to call it, I asked to return to my original state of being before all the programming in my environment, the programming I received from school, the programming I received from outside influences like television, radio, and movies. I desired to get to my truth, to know who I really was, because we receive so many messages from people in our environment when we are young. You're always getting into trouble. You're giving me a headache. You're getting on my nerves. I don't know why I let you be born. I regret the day you were born. I brought you in this world, I can take you out. Why are you always getting into things? You're lazy. You're stupid. You're unworthy. All these messages. I was taking a graduate education course, and the instructor said if anyone had any questions to raise their hand. I raised my hand. She ignored me. She called on several people. I kept my hand raised. She continued to ignore me. And finally, I stood up and I said, I know you see my hand, and I'm paying your salary. You ask if there were questions, I have a question, and you're going to hear it. I was a little surprised at myself, as were my classmates. But I was also very proud of myself, for I had found my voice and I stood in my power. And I suggest that you find your voice and you stand in your power. Take your power back. Recognize who you are. Recognize that God ain't create no junk. You are worthy, and you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. Whether you set your mind to being a mother, or you set your mind to being a father, and you were blessed to bring a life into this world, you accomplished what you set your mind to. Recognize your accomplishments. Acknowledge what you have been able to achieve at this point in your life, and recognize that your life is still continuing. And so tomorrow is another opportunity for you to aim for your dreams. This is Dr. Bankhead thinking out loud at the struggling. Let's stop struggling. Let's be grateful. I am grateful, for I am fully great. And you are grateful, for you are fully great. Say it with me. I am grateful, for I am fully great. That's great. Have a great day. This is Dr. Bankhead at the Struggle Inn.